I mean, making out with Jude Law was like, it was fine.
Right.
You know, it was no big deal. But wait, have you seen the Grand Budapest Hotel?
No, not yet.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
It's really pretty, but like, same song, different lyrics, you know? You know? It's like Wes Anderson constantly just doing the same thing. It's on a record. So the whole story is like, Jude Law is it's like in the 60s, and he's at this beautiful hotel, the Grand Budapest Hotel, and it's like no one's there, you know? It's like decrepit, and like no one's really hanging out. There's like 10 people that stay there, and Jude Law's like, yeah, I mean, it's like me and writers and artists and stuff, and we all like know each other, but we like don't really talk. And he's like talking to the concierge, and there's like this man sitting in the hallway. And he's like, who's that man? And he's like, that's Zero. He owns this hotel. And he's like, what? That's him? He's just like sitting there chilling. And he's like, yeah, dude. He like shows up here once a year. He's so rich. He owns everything in the world. But like he refuses to stay in a big room. He only stays in like the servants' quarter. And I was like, that's weird. And he like bumps into Zero like in these weird like Russian baths. And the guy's like, I'll tell you my story. Come to dinner with me tonight. So they go for dinner, and they go in this like huge like banquet hall, right? And like no one's there, but it's so gorgeous. And this old man orders like everything on the menu. And he's like, that should give us enough time, clearly, so we can like tell the story of this whole movie. Flash back. So we go back like 20 years earlier. It's like 1931 or something. And the hotel is gorgeous, and it's bustling, and tons of cool people, and Ray Fiennes is like smooching on this like older lady who's played by Tilda Swinton, and she knocks it out of the park. They're like flirting, and they're having dinner, and then Tilda Swinton's like, I don't want to leave, like I can't leave, I feel like something bad's gonna happen to me. And Ray Fiennes is like, no, you're gonna be fine, don't worry, like I love you, I'll see you soon. And there's this little kid standing there, and he's like, sir, I have a package for you, as Tilda Swinton pulls away. And Ray Fiennes is like, who the are you? And he's like, oh, I'm Zero. And I like am your new lobby boy. And Gustav is like, that's Ray Fiennes. I'm going to teach you everything about being a good lobby boy. So like go through all of the like Wes Anderson-y like moments, like you take a towel, be nice. And then Zero is like a good, you know, lobby boy, and then he like goes and he's like getting the newspaper, and he checks the newspaper, and it's like Tilda Swinton has died. And so he runs back to the hotel, and he gives it to Ray Fiennes. And Ray Fiennes is like having sex with another woman or something, and like you're not supposed to interrupt him when he's doing whatever he wants. That's what a good like concierge and a lobby boy does, but he interrupts him anyways. And you know, like he's like super pissed, and then he's like, no, Tilda Swinton's dead. So then they're like, well, we gotta go to the funeral. So they take this like train ride, and they go to Tilda Swinton's house, and everyone's being like super suspicious. Like everyone's weird, and there's like this personal chef, and he's like, Gustav knows him really well, and he's like, I have to talk to you later, something's happening. And then like Gustav is like, okay, something's fishy. So they like run upstairs, they get to this like gorgeous banquet hall, and there's all these people, and they're reading like the last will and testament of Tilda Swinton. It's super badass. And then they're like, okay, so what Gustav gets, he's like, Gustav, you get this painting, the boy with apple painting. And this like man stands up, and he's like, who the is Gustav? And Ray Fiennes is like, that'll be me. And Adrian Brody, who's the son, he stands up, and he's like, you raped my mother. Ah! And he freaks out, and he like goes up, and Willem Dafoe is his like right hand man. And there was like this cute lineup. It's like a Wes Anderson thing, and Ray Fiennes, no. Adrian Brody punches Ray Fiennes. Ray Fiennes goes down. This little kid, his name's Zero, punches Adrian Brody. He goes down. Willem Dafoe, he punches the little kid, and the little kid goes down. Ah, so intense. And then the next scene is like them like in the room looking at the boy with apple painting. And Zero, this little kid, is like, you know what we should do? No one's looking. Let's take the painting. So they steal it. And they leave, and they go back to the hotel, like the Budapest. Oh, and then the police show up. Mr. Gustav, you are under arrest for the murder of Tilda Swinton. And there's nothing they can do. They can't prove his innocence, so he goes to jail. But the thing about Gustav is he's so badass, and he, like, basically, he, like, turns the prison, like, into a hotel, and he's, like, giving everyone food, and he, like, hangs out, and he, like, makes friends and stuff, like, even with really scary dudes and stuff, and then he, like, gets all these cakes, and then some of them really like him, so they're like, hey, Gustav, we have to talk to you. They pull him into this room, and then it's Harvey Keitel is in there, and he, like, helps him, like, hatch a plan to escape. They're like, we need you. We're gonna escape. And Gustav is like, all right, let's do this. And so they, like, put all these, like knives and stuff into these cakes that, like, Zero and his girlfriend have been making, because Zero's been dating this adorable girl. Oh my gosh. She's Scottish, and she has, like, a mole on her face that looks like Mexico, and it's so cute. It's so cute. And in the cakes, they're, like, so pretty that no one, like, breaks them up when they, like, come to the jail. And so inside is, like, little pickaxes and stuff. So they, like, break up the thing, and then they, like, make a hole, and they're gonna break out. And it's, like, super, again, what's the Fox movie? Fantastic Mr. Fox? That's the Wes Anderson movie, right? It's like that. It's, like, escaping from prison and, like, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do this thing. Blah, 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 blah. So they, like, get through, and they get out, but then they have nowhere to go, and they're, like, running around in the snow, and they, like, go find these monks, and then the monks are, like, that's where the chef has been hiding. Tilda Swinton's, like, private chef, and he's, like, there's a separate will. If Tilda Swinton died because of murder, not because of natural causes, she made a second will, and you need to find that will, and I think it's in the painting. And they're like, but I didn't kill her, and she did die from poisoning, and it wasn't me. And he's like, I know. And then he gets killed, and it's by Willem Dafoe, and then Willem Dafoe's chasing them, and then they're like, we need the help of, like, the 5 crosses, which is just, like, an excuse for Wes Anderson to be like, here's all my friends. Here, remember I make good movies. Here's all my friends. So it's like Bill Murray and Jason Schwartzman, and then, like, that guy whose, like, nose is broken, who is, like, a brother, and they're actors.
The Fines?
Not the Fines. Like.
Oh, Owen and Luke, the Wilsons.
The Wilsons! Yes. Exactly. Owen Wilson. So then they, like, help him, and Bill Murray, like, they, like, come and save him, and then they, like, get them showered. They give him his, like, favorite perfume, and then, I don't know, some other shit happens, and then, like, there's this epic, like, chase scene where they're, like, skiing down, they're trying to get away from him, so they're, like, skiing down the snow, and then, like, Willem Dafoe catches up with them, and, like, then there's the cops across the way, and then they just, like, somehow run away and survive. They're like, you know what we could do? We could give ourselves up to the police. Or go find our girl, Zero's girl, the, like, baker, and we get our painting back, and we save the day. So they decide to do it. So they, like, get back to the hotel. They hatch this whole plan. They get their girl. She helps them out. They get the painting. There's a shooting scene in the hotel. It's crazy. And then, like, she falls out the window, and the painting gets ripped, and inside is the will and testament. And, like, they fall off the ledge into, like, cakes, and it's so cute because they land in cake. And then they, like, find out that basically Tilda Swinton gave everything to Gustav because he was so nice to her and great. And so he gets everything, but he, like, lets the hotel go down because after the war, there's a depression, and he, like, can't save the day. And then we flash to forward being, like, at the hotel, and, you know, it's Jude Law again and the guy, and he's like, sorry, I love this hotel, but, like, I can't save it. And then that's it. Like, Jude Law he got over his writer's block, and he wrote the book of this story. And it's really nice. And that's it, you know? Yeah, like, it's fun, you know? It's pretty. It's not gonna win Best Picture.